So with websites, I think there can be a tendency for them to be a sort of book of contents, maybe more of an online brochure of kind of what we do than the natural sales funnel that arguably is what they're designed to do. Because if you think about it, we have social media platforms which can act like as magnets for potential clients of ours. You know, for our dream clients, we're putting content out there which we're hoping will attract them to pique their interest. Or we might meet somebody in a networking group, or I don't know, we might be at a meeting, or someone might refer us, or whatever. Someone is going to come across our name, and if they believe that we can help them as well, they're going to check us out online. We all do our due diligence before we make an inquiry with a business. Well, I think we do anyway. I hope we do. We're assuming that we do. So they are then going to be going to our website. And when they land on our website, if we accept the fact that they are interested in what we do because they've gone to our website, and they're hoping we can help them with whatever it is that's brought them there. So if we accept those two things, we don't need to spend a huge amount of time telling them what they already know. I don't need to spend a lot of time telling people that I'm passionate about branding. I believe it's so important to our visibility and brand recognition and therefore inquiries. And, you know, I don't need to go into all of that because they already know that. That's why they've come to me. So what I need to do, and what your website needs to do, is reassure our clients that they've come to the right place. If our imagery and if our copy and content that's out there is doing the job it's supposed to do, which is to attract our dream clients, our website is then to secure their interest, essentially. We want them to land on our website thinking, yeah, I wonder, you know, Joe Blogs told me that they were really good and I kind of want to see for myself. So we need to reassure them that we can do for them what we've done for their friend or networking contact, or, you know, whatever the situation is. That's the purpose. Our website is a natural sales funnel which people drop in the top, and the ones that are right for us, that we can help so well, and we know it with every fibre of our being, it's our website's job to help convert those people into a committed inquiry. It's not just a book of contents, it's a conversation, albeit it's one-sided, but it is supposed to be a connection, a conversation that culminates hopefully in an inquiry or a booking. So that's the point, and I think with a lot of web developers, that gets missed because their background probably isn't sales and marketing or psychology, and we all know mine is, so I'm really passionate about this. So I think our websites need to really help be us online when we can't be. They need to ooze our personality, because people buy from people. We all know this. It's why we all show up and do videos, so that we can connect with each other. So it's so important that we actually do this. So that's the what it's supposed to do. Then we need to think about how we're going to get there. And you've got two options. You can create a website yourself, or you can outsource it to someone else. Now, if you're a sole trader or if you're managing a team, you need to make a decision about whether your time is best spent learning that new skill, figuring out how to do some custom coding to really make sure that your website is singing your brand as loudly as it can be, or whether you outsource. There's also the ongoing fear with web design that you're going to break it. Now, as much as I'd love to say you can't break anything in Squarespace, you can't break it, but you can delete something irretrievably. which then means you've got to redo it. Now, arguably, the world does not stop spinning when that happens. And to be honest, I think we've probably all done it. It's not the end of the world, but it does take time. Now, if you're paying me or another web designer and we accidentally delete a page, it's on us to spend that time recreating it for you. If you've done it yourself, you're probably going to be putting some fruitful language out there, and there's going to be a fair bit of face palming going on. So it's those kind of things. It's like, where do you invest your time? I do believe that Squarespace is an easily or relatively easy to learn platform. It is templated websites. There's a huge variety, and you pick the one that looks closest to the vision that you have in mind, and then you go about butchering it to make it your own. I don't know of anyone who has a Squarespace website that they look like the same. And I think that's the fear with templated websites, that they might end up looking really generic, and they just don't. If you go in and you start putting them together differently, moving bits around, deleting it, adding new things, you're going in with some custom code, it's going to be uniquely yours, and that's great about it. But the even better thing about Squarespace is that if you reach a point where something's gone wrong or you're stuck, they have amazing tech support. You can go to their specialists, either live chat, they're in America, there's a time difference, but you go to them with their live chat, or you email them and they always reply, and they keep answering you until you say, I've got it, thank you, I'm done. So even if you're building your own, you've got that. If you're using me to build it for you initially, but the plan is that I transfer it to you, which you take ownership of, you've got that reassurance that whatever happens in the future, you have someone that can help you with your website over and above me, because, you know, I might get hit by a bus, I mean, I hope I don't, but you've got that security that you're not reliant on one person. You've got a big old company there who can support you. And that's different to something like WordPress, where you're relying on forums and the person who's answering you may or may not be giving you the best possible advice. So that's what I really, really like about it, that ongoing tech support. So you've got that, and it's also possible to integrate lots of other systems that you might be using into it. So I have a CRM, a customer sort of relationship management database, and I have integrated that into my website, because I don't want a generic contact me form, when actually when someone contacts me on my website, I can have it populate my CRM, which is less admin for me. It makes me more streamlined. It makes the service I'm offering my clients more professional. So I can add that in. I've got online schedulers for certain things so that people can just help themselves to my diary, knowing that I'm free when it says I am, and we're not having to sort of, you know, do and fro with diaries and things. So there's all sorts of different things that you can integrate into Squarespace. It's not a locked down template in a box kind of thing. It has a whole world of functionality, including amazing SEO optimization. You can optimize every single page in the sort of like the back end as well as on page, but also, unlike something like Wix, which is much more restricted, you can optimize every single blog post that you put up. So everything, most people blog for SEO purposes. With Squarespace, you can actually get SEO juice from every blog post, whereas with Wix, it's not really doing you any favours because you can't optimise them. So that's where it's sitting in the midst, and this conversation comes up a lot, which platform. So I've covered a few of the things there, and the difference between sort of maybe outsourcing it or choosing to do it yourself. And I think there's also that that benefit of that, just not having to worry about, you know, the time consuming mistakes. You know, if you have accidentally deleted your own page, or, you know, whatever you've done, knowing that it's someone else's problem and not yours is worth quite a lot. And wrapped up in all of that if you're choosing someone like myself with the background in sales and marketing and psychology, everything I am building your website to do is with that in mind. The end goal is converting that client to, or potential clients, into an inquiry. Now, I don't have a magic wand. I can't promise you that everyone that lands on your website is going to be inquiring with you. But I can promise you that you will have your best digital foot put forward so that you are massively increasing your chances of converting that inquiry into potential business. So that's what I do, that's what I bring to it. And in terms of how it works, we go through a lot of planning first. I hoover lots of information out of your orbit. There's questionnaires that you fill in so that I know exactly what you're aiming for. Then I start building it for you, and then we spend a bit of time toing and froing and tweaking, and then when you're happy and you've had your amazing photo shoot and your website is looking absolutely on point, then we go live, which is super exciting, and I transfer it to you in a beautiful sort of gift wrapped kind of ta-da, off you go into the world kind of thing. So it's so like having a baby. So there we go. That's websites. Let me know if you have any questions, because I'm always really excited to talk about branding, whether that's imagery, websites, any of our other branding. So do let me know if you think I can help you. Speak soon. Bye.